Peace, peace. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm having a little technical difficulties. So the reason why we're not using StreamYard today is because it wasn't working on her end. So we're going live on my end, and I just invited her. So this is still going to be the show, and then what I have to do is I have to download the show and upload it to my program and stuff like that. But we still going live because you know the rules. The show must go on. If y'all don't know my name by now, celebrity interviewer, I said it. And um, I'm gonna wait till she get here to get her the grand introduction that I always give everybody. But with that being said, I'm glad that
There we go.
everyone can make it today. Hopefully, hey,
Can't
peace,
hear
Queen,
it.
how you doing? How you doing?
I can't hear it.
1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Got you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay,
Perfect.
so first let me just remind everybody because maybe they couldn't hear me right before you got on because I guess I didn't have my volume up. But what we doing is, usually I do the show on StreamYard. This is still Celebrity Interviewer. I said it. The show. My name is Celebrity Interviewer. I said it, and I have another beautiful guest. She resides all the way in LA. But let me tell you exactly who this woman is. She's actually a published poet, a writer, a performer, a famous movie actress, a recording artist, as you see, a beautiful model. Man, she has her own management company right now. She's also an owner of S Snaps Photography and the community leader. You know what I mean? She's actually the president for International Stop Bullying Violence Now Tour, which I'm very proud to, hear that as well, because, we got to definitely stop the violence, and the bullying is just out of control to where, it became not only, social, but, it used to be physical, but now it's on the social media too. So I like to hear and learn more about that. But we talking about the one and only Benji LynnYahweh. Peace, Queen, a salute to you. And welcome to the show. Peace, Queen.
Thank you for
So happy to have
having
you
me.
here. No, it's
Thank you for having me.
yes, it's definitely a pleasure to have you here today. As we know that how this business work, the show must go on. So, it wasn't working over here, so we here now. So that's what it is.
That's it. Can't stop greatness.
Absolutely. So first, let me always ask the first question. How's your day so far?
Man, blessed. I can't complain. I'm still above ground. A new day, new chance, and I'm steadily trying to advance, so I can't complain.
Amen. Amen to that. You already know. For those that don't really know, background, I told them already, I kind of spilled the beans that you in LA, but can you just tell them a little bit of where you're originally from and tell us a little bit about your childhood growing up from where you were from?
Yes, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Spent a lot of time growing up in Nashville, the Lebanon area as well. But I'm a Memphian. I've been there most of my life. My childhood growing up, I was the black sheep of the family. I was the one who said, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to have my own business and I want to follow my own dreams and be who Yahweh made me to be instead of who the world wants me to be, because our gift is on the inside.
I heard that. I heard that. I love that. I love that. So, growing up, where did the music come from? How would you incline with the music? How did you incorporate that into your everyday life? You know what I mean? And at what age did that kind of start for you?
12. 12 was when I knew that I wanted to do music. And that's when I began to do music. And I've been doing it, pretty much all of my life. Music is, to me, it's like a therapy, in so many ways. You're able to express yourself, through your music. And you're also able to help people at the same time through your message. So I think it's a double blessing, when we talk about music.
Now, I totally agree with you that, music and the art, what I'm saying, is very therapeutic, for the soul, right? So, what I mean? I just enjoy that, when meeting new artists all around the world. And when I say new, I say respectfully because you new to me, but you ain't new to this, you know what I'm talking about? But when it comes to that, what else? So you start off doing poetry, is that correct?
Yes, I started off freestyling with my brother, making beats on his keyboard, and From there, as you get older, you go through, sometimes a little trauma, during your childhood. So I started putting my pain on paper, and that was one of my first songs that I wrote, which came from and was inspired by one of my poems when I was 15. By the time I was 18, I was published poet
Wow.
3 times,
Oh, that's
and I
amazing.
had won a trip to Washington D.C. To meet the lady, the mother from the Brady Bunch, and so I just took my writing to another level and started writing plays and films that I've never released, and now music.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Let me just get that out the way real quick. You know what I'm saying? Early in the interview, I'm very proud of you, because it's always great and it's such a pleasure to be able to meet more people around the world. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ King Assassin who set this all up. You know what I'm talking about? Salute, brother. Man, but it's so great to be able to just meet people who's just, passionate about their craft, first of all, and go so hard. Like, I look up and you in Chicago, I look up you in Detroit, I look up you over here, you in LA, you all over the country, girl, you all over the world. So talk about that on, just the your ambition. Where does that come from?
Well, I believe that, time is the most valuable thing we have. And when you have, something that you want to do, and it's your mission, you travel, you know what I'm saying, as far as you have to go, you'll take those sacrifices and you'll hit that road to make your dreams come true. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing my passion, you're seeing my drive. And because this is just the beginning of a lot of things I want to do, I got to, drive a little faster than others.
Right.
I have a
Right. I heard that. I heard that. So
mm-hmm.
talk about a little bit about some of the influences of people that influenced you or motivated you, whether it's directly or indirectly, whether they were in their household or on TV. Speak about some of these people in your life that helped motivate you to become the powerful queen that you are today.
I have to say my grandmother. My grandmother inspired me more than anything, because she taught me how to be a lady and how to be discreet. And she taught me that there's a time to talk, a time to be quiet, so she was a moral woman, and she taught me all the things that I inquire in who I am today, because I can still hit the road, be a mother, come home, cook, clean, I'm saying, get in my word and still take care of my man at the same time. So all of that, and from my grandmother, who was an entrepreneur. My grandmother owned several businesses, and we used to help her, on the weekends and pack up and go to the flea market when she was selling her antiques.
Right.
So my inspiration, because she was the first woman that taught me that, hey, you don't have to accept what he says. You can go out here and get your own business, be your own boss.
I like that. I like that. You know what I mean? Nah. And that's another reason why I'm so fond of women, because what you just explained on how, you all can be a mother and do this and take care of your man and do all of these things. That's something that we can't relate to now. Obviously, some men obviously are single fathers and things of that nature, respectfully, but no one does it the way that you all have to do it, because you know what I'm saying, there's so many other responsibilities and things that you all have taken on since the beginning of time that no other man can match, and there's no parallel to a woman. So that's why my respect is so high for women. You know what I mean? So shout out to your grandma,
Yeah.
to you and all the beautiful women around the world that just hold it down.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, who were some of the musical or people in the entertainment industry that was some of your inspiration?
Definitely Queen Latifah, 3 6 Mafia, of course, because I'm from Memphis and this is what we grew up hearing. And,
Absolutely.
it's actually the first genre of music that I did was crunk music, and so, and you know, the Missy Elliott's, so I loved all the women, and I still do, so quite a few inspirations, came behind putting together Benji.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I love that, and I can't be having you talking about Memphis without me shouting out my one of my partners in crime when it comes to this media. Shout out to Gina Hills, you know what I'm saying, Life and Entertainment. She's holding it down in Memphis, you know what I'm saying, all day, every day. So peace, queen, to you. But man, so growing up in Memphis, did you, what brought you to LA? Like, did you always say like I want to go to Hollywood one day? Like, how did that happen?
never, never. And first, I wanted to come to California. I was on the internet, pushing one of my singles, and I ran into DJ King Sass, and he inboxed me, and he was like, "Man," he's like, he was digging my music, my flow, and he wanted to Cali and work with me. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go and do this EP, and I'm gonna get back to Memphis, and gravy. I got over there, and he was like, "I want to put you on this movie that a new Tupac movie that we're working on right now. That's in the midst, in the air." And so I'm like, okay. And then I started liking it here. I started getting into films, and I'm like, okay, so why go back? Because after I got in one film, they just all started dropping, and so here is my home where I am.
Hey, I absolutely just love that, you know what I mean? And that's what he does, you know what I'm saying? He has opened the door for so many people, and he really, humbles himself and recognizes other talent outside of his own skill set that he has. And, and he definitely is the plug, you know what I'm saying? He's the man. So, you know what I mean? That's somebody I admire myself. And, I'm just happy that you all were able to connect and, you know what I mean? And the things that has come about for you, through that connection. So that's love, because sometimes, the reason again why you stayed there is because it wasn't because of him per se. It was because of the power and obviously your diligence and what he saw in you. Everything starts with the invitation. It's up to us to take advantage of that and go hard, you know what I'm saying, and take advantage of that opportunity. So obviously you did what you had to do, you know what I'm talking about? And now you based in LA now, you know what I'm talking about? So that's great. So, big ups to you, you know what I'm saying? You earn a lot of credit for that, deserve a lot of credit for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Praise Yahweh.
Yes, amen. So what was your mindset though? Was you afraid to go to LA? I mean, what was your mind? Were you nervous? Like, talk about that.
No, I wasn't nervous, because I'm from Memphis. When you come from Memphis, it's not too much that you can be nervous of or from,
Right.
So I wasn't. It was more that I was away from my family other than I ever had been before, and I'm kind of, close to my grandmother, and I really didn't want to move that far away from my grandmother, but it's been nothing but blessings, since in favor since I got here. Like I said, I'm working now. I just finished my film in 3 years, so can't complain.
Yeah, that's absolutely, you know what I'm saying, a blessing right there. And we definitely gonna get into all of that, because you're doing so much, I'm just kind of like I'm all over the place right now with so I hope you don't mind. But we're gonna just jump around a little bit. I'm gonna go in the past, we might go in the future, you know what I'm talking about, stay here in the present, but it's all connected anyway, but that's another story, right? You know what I'm saying? So talk about how you manifest this. Talk about that, your spiritual side on how, because I really believe that I help manifest the things for me to be in front of you and have the pleasure to be here today with you. You know what I'm saying? I helped manifest this a long time ago based on things that I've done. So can you talk a little bit about some of your traits that helped you to manifest where you are today and the success that you're having?
Yes, well, I believe that there's power in the tongue. I'm big on that. And the people that are on my team, I make sure I remind them of that, because that's where it starts at. It starts with the belief, then you write it down, make it plain, and then there, you speak it into action. If you believe in what you spoke before you spoke it, it will come to pass. But you got to stay on the path. And when your lights do, and like I said in a lot of interviews, and you don't know how you're going to pay your car note, you got to figure it out now, because you can't just giving up the dream, because once you give up, you have to start all over, and it takes a lot of investment, a lot of money, and a lot of time, and we dying every day, younger and younger than what we used to. We can't be playing with our time.
Yeah, I heard that. That. Time is definitely so important, and I'm definitely on the same page with you. So obviously, being from, and I know it can be kind of rough in Memphis. I don't know exactly what part you're from, but I know it can be kind of rough there, you know what I'm saying? And like you say earlier, you used the analogy basically like, like coming from Memphis, it ain't no being nervous because you didn't see so much and experience so much, right?
No, for real. And it's
Right.
like no matter, because I'm from North Memphis and East Memphis, but South Memphis, they the same. We don't play no games. We don't have to be worried about our safety most of the time, because we hold our own.
Right, I heard that. So just seeing all of that, is that what helped you to be inspired to want to help the community to where you are now became president of, the Stop the Violence and was it Bullying International Stop Bullying and Violence now tour? Can you just speak a little bit about that and how that came about and and why you wanted to be involved in such an intricate role?
Well, for one, I'm a humanitarian, so I'm all about children. I'm all about helping people figure out how to get out of poverty. I'm all about the babies. I don't play about the babies. And, I'm sick and tired of scrolling down my timeline. I don't know about nobody else. And seeing these children getting bullied and abused and by their parents and people that they're supposed to be the protection, so like it just gets to me because I'm a mother, you know,
Right.
and with passion. And so when I got the opportunity from Gus George, and Adrian Tubbs to, be a part of the Stop the Violence tour, I was like, okay, I came in and I brought, people with me, and that was 5 years ago. We have attorneys on staff that we have sent to schools for parents who have went through their children getting bullied and don't have the resources to figure out how to deal with the school because the school's simply not doing anything, or they're ignoring their emails, not picking up the phone, they're just not on their side. And so, we have quite a few people, now that we're working with to provide resources for bullying. We also are going to have a tour, a 30-city tour for independent artists to be a part of. We're planning on starting off at colleges, but we have not confirmed that yet. But I do know that it will be the fall of 2023. So,
Okay, absolutely.
open.
Yes, please. And if y'all in the Chi-Town, Chicago, you already know, please, you have to let me know because I would love to be involved. And, based on my time and my priorities, I would love to try to find a way to fit that in my schedule to help because I believe in helping the community,
Yes.
as much as I can within my power.
That's it.
And I'm so, again, proud of you for doing what you're doing because, a lot of us, we watch, but we don't do, like you can see someone struggling or underprivileged or whatever the case may be, being abused or whatever. And sometimes we just so, brainwashed and trained traditionally just to walk away, man, your business. It ain't my business. So, that's their business. I don't know what's going on. We got to keep moving. But sometimes we have to just do what you're doing and just like go deep inside of ourselves and just help, and do what you got to do, right?
Yeah, get involved. Don't just
right, get involved.
We always say Black Lives Matter, not to bring up a touchy subject, but does it really?
Mm-hmm. That way. Right.
Thought.
Yeah. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? It's sad, like it's almost a contradiction sometimes. For real.
Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, sometimes we don't even speak to each other, but Black Lives Matter, So I think just get involved and be the change that we need and that you want to see. Because, Michael Jackson predicted a lot of this a long time ago. So did many greats like Tupac, but we wasn't listening. And now it's here, you know what I'm saying? And you have to acquire knowledge and you have to be humble and respect the elders and the OGs like me in the music game. I respect them all. They paved the way, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have opportunities that we have because it wasn't easy back then. I mean, it was like the 70s and the 80s, and racism had just kind of smoothed out just a little bit. It's still here though. So
right. Yeah, it's definitely very visible, you know what I'm saying? And people try to act like it's behind a curtain, but it's still, it's been revealed and it just continues to show itself, reveal itself all the time, you know what I mean? But yeah, again, that's a great job. Again, salute to everything you're doing in the community to just help out, Yahweh. Exactly. Yahshua.
Have to do that because you're already a thin line in Hollywood. You have to make sure you're doing this thing and giving him the glory.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
That way, all day. So as well as again, you're a business owner, so you have your own photography company. And if I'm not mistaken, what is S Snapshots? Is that what it's called?
It's actually Snapshots.
Oh, I don't know where the extra S came from.
What it
Maybe
was
that's a
was when I started the company, another company had the name, and I had to change it. And so when I did, you know how the camera lens is when you first, it does that. So we just added two S's, and it
oh,
became Snapshots Photography Talent and Modeling Agency.
mm, okay. I love that. I love that.
Thanks.
Congratulations. And when did you build that foundation?
2013.
Oh,
My first model
wow.
right out of my cosmetology class.
Mm,
I took them out with me as well, a lot of them out of the class, and made them my cosmetologists and made them, you know, my hairstylist and my wardrobe stylist. So, you know, I've really never had to go out and look for anybody because I've always been connected, you know, from cosmetologists because, you know, I just brought people out like work for me, you know, let's do this. So
right.
that's how, yeah.
So you was on some Jerry Maguire early, like, who's coming with me type stuff, like, right? You just stood up
That's
like, who's coming with me? Like, this is what I'm doing
how
over here. Who's coming with me, right?
it. Yep. Yep. And it worked.
That's what's up. That just shows how powerful of a leader and influence that you are yourself, right?
And I tell you, all glory. They really, I'm grateful, you know, that I am able to have that connection with women and children and provide them opportunities because that's what we do at Snap. You know, I was the only photographer for the company, and I was particular about the women that came in. They had to go under training. I taught them how to the runway. You know, some of the women had never even put on makeup before, and I was their
What?
first. And they're still working with me today. So we talking about 2023.
Right.
I've watched them go on like I had one that was on Top Model, Jessie. She was on one of the Top Model shows in one of the first seasons. I have one supermodel who now is on the cover of, she's been on the cover of Ebony. I
Mm,
have a child that I sent to Disney. So, I mean, I've just been doing this for a while and I enjoy seeing people grow, you know. And I still do that, you know, to this day. You know, I still bring people in and help them video shoots, you know, video girls, catalogs, runway fashion shows, you know.
right. Yeah, that's
And
that's great.
now,
I'm sorry, what did you
I
say?
said, and now castings. Now I'm able to help, you know, everybody in my team with the castings, you know, because now I have so much access in the film world.
Hey,
So all
that's
working together.
right.
Hmm.
And that's like one of the greatest things. It's like, it's not just doing what we do, it's being able to do what we do for so long and build so many connections till now we have paved the way and now we can allow somebody else to walk down the road and be able to create their destiny, control their destiny better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some of the best parts of it. Networking is like, you know, I love that part, right?
Oh, it's beautiful. Hmm.
Yeah. Just to help change somebody's life because, not everybody is privileged. And when I say privileged, I'm going to use the analogy of privilege when it comes to the mental state. You know what I'm saying? It's privileged physically, financially privileged, but sometimes we don't talk about the mental state privilege of being that and having that ambition, the toughness, the willpower. Not everybody possess that.
Right.
That faith. Not everybody has the faith of more than a mustard seed. Not everybody has embraced that. You know what I'm saying? We have kind of like gone away, maybe been afraid of,
Hmm.
led astray, but that's so true and it's so real. All you need is faith of a mustard seed, and it will take you further than you.
Hmm. No.
Man, don't let me start.
Hmm.
Take the mic. Take the mic, Yahweh.
Yeah. Give
Take the mic, the real Benji. Yeah, but for real though, but this is what we not gonna do. Only because it wasn't working technically on the other program, we not gonna deprive our audience of all the beautiful pictures and some of your history. So I'm gonna have to trick this out real quick. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn my camera around
uh,
and it's gonna look kind of ghetto, but we're gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in just making it work.
okay.
So I don't know what this is gonna look like. Hopefully it come out clear though still. Um,
Uh-oh.
I know this is scary. The first time for everything, but let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my camera around. Boom, hold on. see how close I can get this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh, okay. So boom. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna hold some pictures up. So first we're gonna talk about this movie, The Bad Boxer, which is one of your latest films. Is that correct?
Well, it's not my latest film. It actually was
Okay.
my first.
Oh, you say your your third?
It was my first film.
Oh, it was your first film.
Yes.
Oh, that's even more powerful. Let's talk about that and the experience of how you have grown since your first film and how you even got this opportunity to be in The Bad Boxer. And let's talk a little bit about the movie. Just, go ahead, please.
Okay. Bad Boxer was a Mo McCoy film on that, and Andrea Tyler, and we had Boo Capone. We had the Mayweather family will be the film as well. Fluky Stokes, and myself. I got to play like the role of like a girlfriend who was dating this guy who was a boxer, and he loved women, but I was like
Mm,
his sidekick, so that had to be my first role and introduction into the film world.
okay.
But it premiered in Las Vegas at the theaters and in a couple other states like Texas, Detroit. But it's a very good film. It's about a boxer, and it goes back to the trauma he went through growing up and what made him want to become a boxer. It's also comical as well, and you can find this movie on Tubi. It's Bad B-A-D as in dog boxer.
Okay. And congratulations to that. You know what I mean? And that's really awesome. And to speak about the power and the opportunity to be able to work with the Mayweather's family.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing, I grew up, we had a couple celebrities in our families, and I've worked with several celebrities, so I was never really starstruck. But at the same time, it was like, okay, all right, you had to give your because Mayweather, they really represent, for our people, and they're using their platform, to make us proud. So, they've been doing it generation for generation, and just watching the father and the son and then the grandson become boxers, it was powerful.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, so your role basically started off small and you have grown now into where you have how many films? 5 films in the last since 2000 when?
This is well, Bad Boxer came out. It didn't premiere until last year, 2022, but we filmed it in 2020 of October. But this film that I just the other day put me at put me at film number 7, and
Wow.
so that film was called Pimpin' Ain't Dead,
Okay.
and Mo McCoy was also a part of that film. So he was a part of my first film and then my latest film. But the Pimpin' Ain't Dead was written by Fluky Stokes,
Mm,
and that film I just came back from filming about 3 days ago. We filmed for like 12 days, all these different states, and so man, I cannot wait for you guys to see it. And I was also able to bring in some of my models as well, speaking on the
mm,
photography side, make them a part of the film. It was a very successful film, and I got to play two roles. I'm playing my twin sister that's a prostitute gets killed, and then
mm,
her sister, goes undercover as a FBI agent. She hits the streets hard. With her crew looking for and shaking up the streets, trying to figure out who killed her twin sister.
mm.
So I can't wait till that one comes out.
Yeah, that's pretty deep right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? So 7 films already. That's a short period of time for 7 films. You really been on your grind, like for real.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
where do you where do you find or make the time to do all that? Because you already mentioned you're a mother, and that right there enough is like uh requires a lot of time itself. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you balance your time? What is one of your techniques to help you to do all of the things you do?
Just time management, because I've always been my own boss, and then my children were always homeschooled until this year. I've always learned, how to organize things and prioritize things and make time for everything that I want to do and my children want to do, because they have a lot of things that, I'm investing in to their talents as well. So I'm managing my own artist as well, and one of them is my daughter,
Okay.
Ella X. So yeah, my hands are full.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Congratulations. So let me go down, some of these pictures I got on deck. Talk about this picture right here and exactly where were you, if you can speak about it a little bit.
Oh, okay. That's a red carpet. Um, that we went to Christmas time. It was like a Christmas in Wonderland. We were invited, special guest. Of course, you see it's ECTW. They were there. We had a lot of red carpets here in Hollywood, so I'm pretty much in the loop of pretty much every red carpet that's coming through Hollywood.
Yeah, I can't imagine the abundance of red carpets that come through Los Angeles area. You know what I'm saying? That's insane, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that keeps you even more busy.
It does. Yeah.
So let me see, what else do we have on deck? Oh, this is another beautiful picture. Talk a little bit about the background of this moment, this experience.
Right there now. That was the Oscars. I was under a Kush family management at the time, and he was well connected, and we were invited to the Oscar party and the Oscar after party, which was the night that I recorded with Too Short, and
Nice.
song together, and also met Drake that night. So it was like that was a really nice. Actually, the actual after party was at Drake's mansion.
Wow.
So that was the night.
Yeah, that sounds pretty epic right there.
Yeah, it was epic.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, so again, we mentioned that you're a model, professional, published, multi-published model. So, who did this photo shoot?
Yes, that photo shoot was taken by Randall Yates in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Randall. You got to get me in there, Randall.
Okay.
Yes, but he's based out of Memphis, and he does a lot of commercial photography as well as fashion.
Okay, okay. He did a great job and great pose. I like that look.
Thanks.
Okay. I believe you was being interviewed right here.
Yeah.
What?
Yes, by Brink. Yes, that's my boy Brink. Hey, shout out Memphis and Atlanta and Alabama stations. He got 3 stations that he's streaming off of. Crazy interviews, dope trophies, one of the hottest interviewers of the South. And there we was interviewing and we were talking about me about to go to Cali.
Mm.
Cali. So I'm due for an interview, catch Memphis up.
That's pretty powerful right there. You know what I'm saying? It was the prelude.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Brinks TV. My friend Gina, she was on there too.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the famous one and only iconic DJ King Assassin, and you on the cover on the Rise, a famous magazine. Speak about what this meant to you and just like how did that come about?
Well, when I first came over here, we started working on EPs. We had a lot of interviews, and one of the interviews that we had was Detroit Unplugged, and then on the Rise, we followed the next day. And so they were like, they wanted to put us on their cover, and DJ King Assassin called me up. He's like, be on the cover. I'm like, fine. And so that's how we ended up on the cover of the On the Rise, being the fact that DJ King Assassin, actually brought me out here. I always salute him and make sure people know and give credit. Because we got to remember he is a producer that did Dear Mama, and he has so many legendary, so much legendary, being side by side Tupac, and working with him is one of the most powerful movements that I ever made.
Yeah, That's a blessing for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, for you to be that close to him, you know, speaks volumes about who you are and what you bring to the table as well. So, you know, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shout out to all my peoples out there in Cali. It's so many I can't even start to name everyone, but I will say, you know, shout out to Cocaine, salute, shout out to Cheryl Cooley of Climax and the whole group. Salute Queen. Man, man, there's so many. And see, I ain't want to start doing this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna stop there, you know what I'm saying? Because those are probably like some of my most powerful connections. Can't forget about the one and only, the real Freeway, the real Rick Ross. Salute King. You know what I'm saying? Straight that way. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just moving about, moving about. Um, oh yeah, you got to talk about this right here too.
Okay, that's a single that King Assassin and I put out. We well, featured on an album that he already had, and it's very very nasty. I'm just gonna be honest. It's very very dirty. So I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. A lot of times, you know, I get in my zone, you know, because I feel like there's nothing wrong with talking about, you know, how you feel and expressing your body and mind. You know, we're all grown, and so that song right there is a song you're gonna have to check out. It's called "In My Cadillac," and I've had so many people asking me, "Was it y'all in the Cadillac? Is that a real story?" No, it's not. Actually, DJ King Assassin was he just played the beat. He like get up there because he used to do me like that. Get up there, and so I got up there and we made it as you know. I was listening to the song, so it was all non-factual.
Okay, okay. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's the great thing about when talking about sex and stuff, especially, you know, you adults and you have experience, you know, it's so many different lanes and stuff you can do to be creative, to use metaphors and stuff. It can be
Mhm.
real fun, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all ain't seen
You
nothing
know,
yet.
okay, okay. So, with that being said, talk about this right here, because you know, I behave on this show today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna behave. This is actually my first celebrity interview of the year. I really took like um you brought me out of retirement. You know that, right?
Oh
I
wow.
literally I've been doing interviews for 10 years and I'm like, I'm done. I'm through, you know what I'm saying? But then DJ King Assassin, when he asked me to do something or request, you know what I'm saying? That's one person I can't tell no because he has done so much for me as well. So, you know, you just have to know in life sometimes when somebody asks, like, you know, you should connect with this person, interview this person, then that's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a pleasure once I learned so much about you and I had to I did the research and was able to read your bio and things of that nature. I'm like, oh man, this is a pleasure to be able to interview the real Benji. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I'm coming out of retirement to do this interview with you today.
Oh, I'm glad
You
I
know
was
what I'm saying?
a rocking chair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely it's definitely a pleasure. But oh yeah. So this is one of your songs right here
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
can find on Pandora and I'm sure other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
talk a little bit about Till the Sun Comes Up and when did you record this?
Man, when we came up with that song, it said, first of all, let me say, it is an 88, which is Eric Parham, an 88 Fingers beat. He started out years ago. He's worked with Dallas Austin, TLC, Erica Badu,
Mm,
Jacquees, LA the Boss. The list just goes on and on. And so when we put this song together, another song that we pretty much put together on the spot. I like to do that. I like to create as we go. I had to feel like let's do a party song, you know, let's put a song out because you know how it is when you this your night, you know, you might work all the time, got that one night or that one event, and you know you want to make that it's gonna be lit. So the
right.
song is really just prepared to get out there and get lit, and when you out there, just being super lit, you know, party until the sun come up, you know,
Mm,
that's it. So it's a party song.
okay. And that's something that's universal right there. You know, you can never have too many party songs because everybody like the and everyone deserves to, you know, especially when you out here
Mm-hmm.
working hard, you know, you deserve to have fun and party and dance and whatever it is that's your therapy to do, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, congratulations on that record. You know what I'm
Thank,
saying?
thank you. And that also, the song also, it has like an island feel to it. It's not your average hit the club, tear the club up party song. It's like an island feel. So like you're on an island, you're going on a cruise, you're relaxing. You know, if you smoke, you smoke. If you drink, you drink, and you're just relaxing, having a good time. So y'all should check that song out. Like he said, it's on all platforms: TikTok, Pandora, Apple. Or you can download it in your story. You know, tag me.
Absolutely. Make sure y'all do that. I already know because I said it. So, man, when you talk about partying, that made me think of somebody else I didn't shout out. DJ Green Guy, that dude parties. I already know he be partying. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to DJ Green Guy too. I can't forget about the homie DJ Green Guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't forget about your brother. And Radio Impact, you know what I'm saying? They show me a whole lot of love, you know what I'm saying, playing me on LA stations around the world. So, you know what I mean? I appreciate them.
Yes.
Um, so let me see what else we got. What else do we have here? Oh yeah. So this is actually the cover, I believe, or is this one of the covers perhaps for the movie that we spoke about earlier?
Yes, Bad Boxer. Yes, it was a flyer for promotion, you know, that we used to promote the actual film.
Okay. Absolutely. Let people know that you are definitely a part of it. I heard that.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me see. Who do we have here? What's up next? This is so random too. So speak a little bit about what is this True West Radio you was on?
Mhm. Yes, I did an interview with True West Radio last year, I believe, last fall, and you know I got to get on top it up with a lot of good people and a couple of DJs. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. You know what I mean? And shout out to them as well because you know, media got to stick together. You know what I'm saying? I show love. I ain't hating on no media out there. You know, they do what they do. I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's all about the mission, giving people more opportunities and allowing people to have a voice to tell their story. That's what we should be doing out here. So, you know, I'm grateful to anybody that, you know, falls under that, you know, that umbrella.
Hmm.
Uh, so with that being said, now I can't wait for you to talk about this right here because I think you spoke a little bit about it earlier
Hmm.
about just, you know, giving models opportunities and things that
Yeah.
like that.
Yes, yes, yes. So it was a cover of a magazine that I did. Actually, it wasn't even for me bringing in models. It was really for me, basically. I was using promotion to get people to follow, you know, snapshots and let them know that I could help them, you know, reach their destination when it came to, you know, being in the runway shows. You know, out here in LA, I've already started, you know, my transformation with my photography. So I've been doing a lot of runway for children, a lot of runway for adults. You know, I've been asked to go on the road, you know, as a photographer with the runway. And so it really wasn't about the modeling, it was more about the photography, that promotion, you know, letting people know that, you know, I'm your girl, you can hire me, you know, and I'll go on the road with you, you know, and, you know, I'll bring women to the table, you know, and if you need my assistance with my agency, you know, I can help you too. So that's pretty much what that was about.
Okay, and with that being said, what is the best way to contact you or book you when it comes to a contact?
Yes, you would book me through Benji LynnYahweh at gmail.com.
Okay, absolutely. So, you know, she said it. So make sure y'all definitely do that and get your money up, you know what I'm saying? Because she don't come at a cheap price, you know what I'm saying? She's actually decorated with a lot of films, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's been in this game for a minute and y'all gotta respect it. So make sure y'all book her. You already know why, because I said it. So moving on, you know, I really hate that the program is not working because I got videos set up on deck and stuff like that. Like we got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? But we don't still just make it work the best way possible.
So good.
So so just to continue to jump around, and I appreciate your you know, cooperation and just giving us the backstory to some of these pictures that I was just holding up, you know what I'm saying, ghetto style, you know what I'm saying, through the phone and the tablet, had to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about like, what is some of your give us some juicy news, like what's one of the plans, something else that's in the works that you may haven't, released to the public yet. I don't know, just for the I Said It show. I don't know. What you got for me?
Mm, mm, mm.
You keep it as
Woo.
juicy as you want to.
Actually, I just did a song with Gangsta Twin, one of KG's artists from Memphis. Did that while we were filming in Memphis.
Okay.
And the song that we did is going on the soundtrack, and we're getting ready to work on the actual video. So now I said it, and the title I cannot tell you, but it's gonna be very, and like I said, a continuation to what we were talking about earlier. It's a dirty song, but it's
Okay.
pimping ain't dead. So they took me there, and then I brought it. So just be expecting it. Gangsta Twin and Benji, what that
Gangsta.
mouth do.
Okay, that's the name. What that mouth do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that if I had to assume, that sound like it could be in the lane of it could be anything. You know what I'm saying?
You hear the song, you
All
understand. Because it's more
right.
than down to that mouthpiece. Women have the power sometimes to talk their way into opportunities, and that's what the mouth do. So.
Man, you ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? A woman can persuade you to do many and many of things that you wouldn't normally do because of what that mouth do. You know what I'm
Bingo.
saying? That's a great title for a song, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure the song is great with Gangsta Twin. Is that correct?
Yes, Gangsta Twin. Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
shout out to them. And and I look forward to looking that up so I can hear the song. You need to send it to me or something. You know what I'm saying? Or let me know when it's released. You know what I'm saying? But
We plan to release it around Memorial Day weekend, so you'll definitely be hearing it really soon.
okay, for sure that.
A really, 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 really catchy song, so you're gonna hear it.
Okay.
We gonna
Um.
TikTok it, challenges. It's about to be hot.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I already know you're gonna do your thing
Yeah.
and continue to just keep going. So do you have an album out presently that people can order or support, anything like that?
Do I have a who?
On the newest album that you have out right now?
Well, the newest album that I do have out right now is the one that we're dropping on Memorial Day. My last album you can find is on Apple, like I said, under the album name Fuck It. It was 2019. But Benji is not on that fuck it type of mentality today. Benji's on, know better, do better, and if I can
Right.
do it, you can teach one. So the music that I'm releasing now is a little bit different from what it was in 2019, because growth and development has truly taken place.
Okay. Yeah, and that's so important, you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to grow and evolve, you know what I'm saying, this game. You don't want to stay stagnant. It's easy kind of stay stagnant,
That's right.
because it be so much going on, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like you can get caught up and just confused sometimes, like, well, should I write a book? Should I do an album? Should I film another movie? Like, what helps you to decide which lane to continue to go down, you know what I'm saying, next?
Mm-hmm.
So like what helps you to make that decision, in your life, because you're doing so many multitude of things. So how do you help make that decision, other than obviously, listening to and and with prayer and just listening to, your conscience, like
I wait for the confirmation.
the confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah, when I pray for something, I don't act on it. I just wait for the confirmation. If it can't be confirmed to me that this is something that I'm supposed to be doing, then I stay away from it. Because all money ain't good money at the same time, and every idea that you have doesn't mean that it's for the world. It could be for you.
Right. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. Now, I couldn't help but to notice, your beautiful fingernails and they're multicolored.
Uh,
Is there any type of meaning behind that?
I'm a colorful person. I like a lot of colors. I used to be like a person that wore solid black. But like I said, I'm growing. You know, I'm like a flower that's growing. And
Mm,
this season, I'm in the season of colorful stuff and discovering my femininity and being feminine and, you know, that girl stuff, you know, go treating myself and going shopping and just being a girl. You know what I'm saying? Because at the
right.
end of the day, that's part in life, you know. Instead of trying to be something that you're not, and out here chasing, you know, men, you know, I ain't on that. You know, I'm chasing the bag. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it for my children so that they can gain generational wealth. You know, so we gotta get to the point to where we can make money in our sleep, and to the point to where we are not dependent on someone to give you a paycheck. You know, even though money is still generated from one source, you know, you want to be in have as much control as possible. You know, and when you lock down the schedules, that kind of keeps you from fulfilling your dreams, because when do you have time to do it? Because you got to go and clock in and flip burgers today, or, you know, you in the office till 6 o'clock, you know, then you have a home life. So I encourage people to be your own boss. That's the start of anything. If you're your own boss and you invest in yourself and you believe in yourself, you will get to where you want to go. Some journeys are just longer than others, because the road that Sam went down might not be the road for Benji to go down.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly. And talk about, I love all that. And look, you know, sidebar, you've been definitely keeping it sexy. You know what I'm saying? Now back to off the sidebar.
Uh,
Talk a little bit about, you know what I mean, you know, just the focus that it requires, or how does someone gain this type of focus? You know, like I know what works for me in my life, and obviously you know what works for you, but if it was advice you can continue to give to people who's watching this interview, who's not so ambitious as we are, that's not so, who has the willpower or the faith to, you know, how can they get into the place to where they are attacking their goals persistently?
you have to get rid of, first of all, the people and the distractions in your life. Because when you have distractions, you can't hear. You can't
Mm,
hear yourself, you can't hear from him. And if you can't hear from him, you know, you're not going to make the right decision 9 times out of 10. So you have to, first of all, get rid of all the fake people in your circle, all the distractions, and then, you know, like I said, write it down, make it plain, believe in it, you know what I'm saying, and just move on and speak it into action, and know that you are who you are. If you rapping and you saying you a king, you need to be a king. If you rapping and you saying you a queen, then you need to carry yourself like a queen. Because one thing's for sure, I've never met a queen that twerked and showed her private parts on social media. Not a real queen.
mm,
You know, this thing called discreetness, a time and place. Yeah, you might have that one video that you just having fun doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? But it should not be every single song. Your whole album, your whole character. You know, I've heard a lot of guys today say when they meet women that they're disappointed because they don't even know who they want to be in life. They don't even have goals, you know, and that just blows my mind. So I've raised my daughters to make sure we don't do nothing. We don't know who you want to be as soon as you find out who you want to be. I don't care if you're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know.
mm. I heard that, you know what I'm saying? And that's really great advice, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I definitely would second everything you're talking about because,
Yeah.
you know, these are some of the things that I have done myself. And you always got a clean house, right? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, the thing is about when you say with fake people as an analogy,
Mm-hmm.
like clean house, like you can clean the house. And then what happened? The house get dirty again because we
Yep.
kind of get complacent or we get too
Yeah.
nice or we get,
Yeah.
what is it that how does that house get dirty again after you didn't clean the house? Like, what happens? How do we let these
I
people
got the answer.
penetrate?
I got
Talk about
to
it.
talk about it. Because see, the devil come in sheep clothing. And so he's coming to kill, steal, and destroy. So you're not gonna see it most of the time. You may know it by its fruits after a red flag or two, but you're not gonna know.
Mm, yeah, for
The key is
real.
snake, you know, you kill the snake. You get rid of the snake, or you run away from the snake. You know what I'm saying? But running ain't gonna get you nowhere, because see, the snake can catch up.
Right.
You got, you know. So that's why I say you have to change your environment.
Yeah, no, definitely, you know what I'm saying? And I like what you're saying. Um, because it's just it stands to be true. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? a wolf in sheep clothing sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just never, devil in the sky, devil in the blue dress. So it's been said in so many different ways. Like, you just got to be more careful. Just got to be more careful.
That's it. You know, most of the time it's on your team, you know, or it's on your bloodline. So, you know.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open.
Right. Gotta keep the eyes open.
What Tupac say? Keep your head up, your legs closed, and your eyes open. That's it.
That way.
That.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you mentioned Tupac a lot, you know what I mean? And I absolutely love Tupac. And I absolutely love Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, like so much, you know what I'm saying? Those are two people I wish I had a chance to have met, you know what I mean? But you know, I see that you know, you was paying attention and you took a lot from that, you know what I'm saying? Why do you think that people, you know, and you know, I'm just gonna talk about the 50 years of hip hop real quick. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. You know, 50 years of hip hop, and they've given us so much lessons in tutelage and wisdom, but we haven't all applied it, like as if we wasn't listening, like we was too busy just partying. Why do you think that is? That why it was we had the earphones on, we were listening to it, and we were ingrained in this culture of the music of 50 years of hip hop, but yet we still didn't take heed to doing some of the things that say DJ Flash or the Furious Five, you know what I'm saying, was talking about, and with the message, and you know what I'm saying, like so many other people that came after, and Tupac and Nas, like it's been so, I'm just throwing them out random. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people, it's endless. But you know what I'm saying? Like we've had so much wisdom given to us through the music, but it's like as a culture, as a community, we just didn't take heed, and we're still like falling apart. And
yeah, I believe because those that have ears and those that have eyes, it's meant for them to hear and see. You know, and I also believe that, you know, it's the same, nothing's new under the sun. I believe that the same thing that happened when the Messiah said he was the Messiah, what they didn't believe. When Noah said it was going to rain, they didn't believe. And here's Tupac and Dr. Sabi and all these men of wisdom and knowledge coming, knowledge and giving you the key, you know, and showing you there's a shortcut to living longer or whatever it may be, because you know, Tupac and Dr. Sabi said it's all about how you got to change the way you think and what you eat, you know, all these things listening to, you know, all that stuff affects who you are, you know, because they're all spirits. But that's a little too deep for the day. But, you know, I believe that, you know, people just, they don't believe. They don't believe water is hot until
they burn themselves. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, and I don't want to actually go there too much because we is on Facebook and they will block you. They super sensitive over here with Facebook. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like going live. You know what I'm saying, with certain stuff. Yeah, it's too deep. But no, you really did, you know, nail it though with that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to Dr. Sebi, may he rest in peace as well. But man, it's been so many, like I say, and Left Eye, who helped discover and bring him to light. So rest in peace to her. And she had a great message as well. You know what I'm saying? There's so many. But again, you know, let's talk about Benji's message. What is like the message that you would like to get across the best to your audience? You know what I'm saying? Overall, what is your overall, like your mission statement? What is your message?
Do whatever it is that makes you happy. Live your dreams, not somebody else's dreams. And do not look at the circumstances, because if any of us, if you ever listen to people who actually were successful and made it, they all had a dark story. They all either was homeless or went through poverty or childhood trauma. You know, nobody supported them. That's the circumstance. You know what I'm saying? You got to get past the circumstance in order to do that. You know, it's a mental thing, you know. So definitely, like I said, you got to have the right people around you, you know, and you have to believe. My message that I'm putting out for the world is that don't let nothing stop you from being who you want to be. Be who you are and who he made you to be. And it's not that hard, because inside we were all born. That's a lot of people fail to realize. None of us really got to work if we don't want to. because he gave each and every one of us a special gift on the inside. And you got to know that, and you got to utilize that, you know. If you don't utilize it, you may be the one that falls victim to poverty. And you want to know, and you're crying and praying every night and asking why, because you ain't utilizing your gift.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That way. And with that being said, you know, I feel like that's a perfect, you know, conclusion to, you know, this powerful interview that we had today.
Yeah.
And I'm just, you know, grateful of your time. Thank you that, you know, you had the patience to still stick in here and to still, you know, despite, you know, the technical difficulties that we was having with this program, you still came with great enthusiasm, you know, information, and, you know, just, you know, being who you are, the real Benji, aka
That's it.
Benji LynnYahweh.
That's it. Straight out of this.
Definitely. So definitely salute to you, Queen, again. I appreciate your time. I appreciate, you know, everything you brought to the table today. And again, just thank you. And I'm just, you know, proud of you. You know, just keep going as hard as you can and keep doing it for Memphis. Keep doing it for your family, your children, you know, saying your surroundings, the community, and everything that you're doing.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So
shout out to Chicago, man. And I plan on coming back, you know, really soon and giving you guys a chance to come and see me in person and see who I really am and what I'm really about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to find a way, you know, I do a lot of events out this way. So, you know, we got to find a way to make it work, you know what I'm saying, and get you involved with some of the things I do, and so you can hit my stage and, you know, whatever the case may be, whether you speaking, whether you rapping, whether you know, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, just bring your spirit back to Chicago because it's needed, because you have a beautiful spirit. You know, you're a special person, and, you know, you're definitely needed out here in the community, you know what I'm saying, because you're definitely a realist, and I see it in you, you know what I'm saying, and I feel it. And again, I'm just grateful for everything that you do for the industry, the community, the culture, and just, you know, may blessings continue to be you covered in blessings and everything that you do, and may it come to fruition, all your goals, and, you know, everything just keeps happening for you the way that you see it, and even 10 times fold that, you know, in a most positive way. So blessings and love to you, Queen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good night. Thank you. Absolutely. Good night to you. Peace. Make sure y'all again support the real Benji, and make sure you all follow her on Instagram under Yah. Hold on, let me cheat just to make sure I get it right. Hold on. Right. So at Yahweh _ Benji, so with 3 O's, beautiful. So again, I'm just gonna show it to you what it looked like. So can y'all see that? Hopefully you can. So boom, follow her on Instagram right there. So it's Yahweh _ Benji, so beautiful on IG. Okay, so again, I want to appreciate everyone that was able to tune in today, you know, and a shout out to everybody that's going to be able to see this interview at a later time. Again, salute to everybody that's in LA, Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying, the West Coast area, man, all my peoples. You know, shout out to my official sponsor of I Say the Management, Dolores Green. Peace to you, Queen. You know what I'm saying, with hold on, Wardrobe Remix. So Wardrobe Remix, make sure y'all follow her. You know, I share a lot of pictures and information about her, of some of the products that she has. Shout out to, again, Gina Hills, Life and Entertainment. Shout out to our great talk show that comes on every second and fourth Tuesday of the month. And that is From Her Point of View, hosted by the legendary Mimi Acosta and the famous celebrity Lily the Goddess out of Florida. So, you know, make sure y'all catch that. We have another great guest coming up on that show. Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So just stay tuned. And man, you know, Words of Silk, season 3, hosted by the Professor, Brother O, and Analog Soul Sightings, the famous, legendary Both of them are going to be back soon. We just working out some things with that show, but it hasn't gone nowhere. It's still alive and breathing. You know what I'm talking about? And just again, prayers to me, my brother the professor. He recently had a heart transplant. So, once he's back and feels comfortable, he's going to be back to hosting that show alongside Analog Soul Sightings. And it's going to be lit, you know what I'm saying? Because, you already know what we do over here. We got to keep it lit. We got to keep it up. We got to stay faithful. We got to just go hard. So, again, shout out to all my sponsors, all my team, everybody. It's just one love all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Desiree Star, you know what I'm saying? The one and only, the legendary Desiree Star, who's tuned in right now. Appreciate you, brother. Salute. Make sure y'all support Desiree Star, my brother. But man, you know what I'm saying? Out there in South Carolina, I believe. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. But man, most importantly, make sure you all run this back and watch it again. And then when you do that, send it to somebody and then watch it again with them. And then do it again and again and again. You already know why, because I said it. Support Benji, the real Benji. LynnYahweh. All right, I'm going, man. Peace and love. Blessings. And remember, stay grateful. No matter what you're going through, stay grateful. All right? Peace.